YouTube, it's Autumn Beckman. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about my new filming setup. I've upgraded my equipment. I'm going to compare some different cameras and my computer for you so you can see the difference in the audio and video quality on those pieces. A little disclaimer for those who are visiting the first time: if you hear some noises in the background, some whistling or other chirpy noises, that's my parrot Vincent. She likes to talk while I'm filming, so you will very likely hear her during this video. So yesterday I posted a video. It was a tag video that was originated by Bipolar Max, and it was called My Personal Style Story Tag. And that was the first video where I used my new equipment. And this morning I woke up to a few comments about how much better the quality of the audio and the visuals are with the new equipment. So that prompted me to do this video. Yesterday, the last few days have been researching filming setups, and so I thought it might be helpful to someone out there to see mine. And I also wanted to show you some comparisons with the different equipment that I have, because I'm a photographer, so I have several different cameras, and I want to show you the old video versus the new video and some other cameras that I use. So the next step for me was something that I had been avoiding all summer, which was upgrading my equipment. And the reason that I was avoiding it is because of the learning curve. So I am a photographer. I already have all of the equipment I need to do what I'm doing now. I have nice cameras. I have the software already. So, and I mean, I teach photography, Photoshop, and filmmaking for a living. I teach that at a middle school. I also teach yearbook. So I really should be using all this equipment, and I should know how to use the software, for example. But the particular software that I have is not something that I had used before. I've used other software like Sony Vegas I used when I was in grad school to do some videos, but I hadn't used the iMovie, which is what I had been using all summer. And then I hadn't used the Adobe Premiere Pro CC version. So I took some time over the weekend to watch some YouTube videos about that and figure out just the basic stuff about how to use it. I'm not finding it all that user-friendly, especially to beginners, because that's Vincent you hear in the background, because it looks very complicated, and I'm finding it not all that intuitive, where I want to do something and I just click on this or that. It's like you have to figure out how to use tools in creative ways to get the effects you want, and there are still some things like with text that I haven't figured out how to do, and apparently they changed their text in the 2017 version, so a lot of people don't know what they're doing with that and have to figure it out. So I'm still on a learning curve with that, but I'm working on it, and I want to figure that out before the school year starts so that I don't have to deal with the learning curve. And then all of this YouTube stuff also is helping me with my teaching, because it gives me more knowledge and more interactive knowledge that I can use to help my kids with their film and photography. So I'm going to show you now a comparison between the equipment I have. Right now I'm filming on my best camera, which is my Canon 6D, and I'm going to film something on my computer, and which is a MacBook Air. I'm going to film something on a little point and shoot Canon that I have, and I may film something on my other DSLR, which is a Canon 7D. So here we go with that. All right, so here I'm filming on my MacBook Air. I bought this computer in 2014, brand new, so that's how old it is. I'm sure you can tell a big difference in the audio, and I think what I'm going to do when I'm editing is not adjust the volume on these at all, so you can really get a true comparison. And you can see a visual quality difference too. So it's a little fuzzier on this computer, and just the image is not as clear and crisp and detailed. What else did I want to say about this one? Oh, the editing software. So, and what I'm filming in. So I'm using the photo booth software to film this. This is what I've been using in all my videos previous to the one yesterday where I upgraded to the Canon 6D. And for editing, I had been using iMovie. So now I'm going to switch to a different camera. I'm shooting now on the Canon G9X. It's a little point and shoot, and I'll show that to you in the next part of this video. This is the camera that I carry around in my purse all the time, and it does not have a reticulating screen where I can see what I'm filming. So actually, the way I have it set up on the computer right now, I can see the back of the screen through my 6D camera lens, which is sitting right behind it. So I can't really tell if it's in focus though. I think it is because I see the little boxes around my face. But if I was out using this camera to vlog or something, I wouldn't be able to tell if I'm in focus or how the picture's framed or any of that. So I'm curious to see the quality and the sound on this because I've never used it for video before, although I think that's not true. I think I did use it for my room tour video. But okay, so that is the Canon G9X. Okay, now I'm shooting on my 7D. I did pull that out. It took a little time because I had to find the big old CF cards for it that I haven't used in a while. For those photo geeks out there, I want to show you the settings that I have on each of the cameras too. So this is the I'm going to focus on this. Let me get it closer to you and focus because I'm using that software again that makes me press the button when I focus. So here is the Canon G9X. This is the camera I was just using. Here is the top of it. It's kind of hard to see because it's shiny silver, which is one of the reasons I almost didn't buy this camera, because it's hard to see the buttons. And here's the back of the camera. When you turn it on, this camera is a touch screen. So you touch everything, which I'm still getting used to, and I've had this thing for a while. And then it has a few buttons on the back with the menus and stuff. So when I used this camera to film just now, I put it on, it's hard to see, but I put it on the little camera setting, and this camera has, I'm going to turn it off and focus back on my face. So this camera, in case you're interested, is one of the G series cameras. I think it's the lowest, like the cheapest one in the G series. They had a new one coming out that I don't remember the name of now. This is the G9, so I want to say that was maybe a G7, and it was the newer version of it that came out last year. And I wanted to get that one, but it was about twice as much as this one, and they were just releasing it, and they kept pushing the release date. And I think we were about to go on vacation somewhere, and I wanted to have a little pocket camera for that, and they just didn't release the camera in time, so I ended up with this one. So it is a little hard to see the dials, but anyway, I put it on the video recording mode and I just left it in auto. It had auto ISO. I don't even know what the aperture on it was, or the shutter. Well, it wouldn't have a shutter speed so much, but so that's what you were just seeing with that. So now I'm on my, oh, and one more thing about the G series. One of the reasons that they're so expensive, and one of the reasons that I wanted this camera, and this one was around 400, and the other one I wanted was around 800. I'm pretty sure, 700 or 800. The reason I wanted a G series is because the sensors are larger in these cameras. If you don't know about sensors, that's where the video or the photograph is actually recorded. And when you have a larger sensor, it has more little bits on it. So basically it comes out to be a higher quality image when you have a larger sensor, and you can print it larger. And I don't do a lot of printing, but when I want to do a print, maybe I want to do a big one, I want to have a camera that's capable of allowing me to do a large print. That still looks really good. All right, so now I'm filming, and I seem to be out of focus again. That's so annoying. There we go. It's supposed to have the face detection where it keeps me in focus. Okay, so now I'm filming on the 7D, and I have my ISO set at 400. I have a window with natural light over here. I have a little LED light right here. I won't show you the front of it because it'll blind you. I have a floor lamp behind me next to the camera, and then I have another little desk lamp over here, and all three of these lights are white bulbs. And actually all 3 of them are LED lights too. So those are the settings. The 7D has the 400 ISO. I have the aperture set at 5.6, so the background is a little bit blurry. So that's what it looks like on the 7D. I also just decided to pull out my boyfriend's camera. He has a 7DD, so I'm going to show you that now. Oh, one thing about the 7D I forgot to say, I also have a microphone on it. It's a small Rode microphone, and I'll put the Amazon link to it below. So now I'm shooting on my boyfriend's camera. It is the Canon 70D, so 70D. And this one has a reticulating screen that folds out so I can see myself, but I'm about 2.5 to 3 feet from the camera. Definitely 3 feet from the LCD, so it's difficult to see myself over there and tell if I'm in focus. So I still have this camera hooked up to the software on the computer, the EOS software that comes with Canon cameras. Now since I did that, I have discovered something, and the boyfriend is about to have his camera stolen a lot, because this camera does, watch this. Look, it focuses automatically. I don't have to press the little button, which is so annoying. So somehow this camera is able to do that. It has a different option in the focus bar over here, and I noticed that the 7D had different options, so that's strange to me. I don't know if it's a software thing or a camera thing, but this works a lot better. This has, the focus I'm using right now is called Hi Vincent, it's called FlexiZone Multi, and then it has this little option that I saw in somebody's YouTube video yesterday when I was watching all this stuff, but I have not seen it using either of the other 2 cameras yet. It has this little option you can check called Movie Servo AF, which means autofocus. And that is what's allowing me to put something in front of the camera and it will automatically focus, and that is what I need. Uh-oh, the boyfriend's in trouble. I may have to take his camera. He's about to buy a new camera anyway, so he's not going to mind at all if I use this. It's a pain though, I mean, I have 2 of my own cameras, I should just be able to use those. Anyway, yeah, this is probably going to be my new camera. Okay, so I want to show you each of the cameras quickly. So this is the Canon 6D. There we go. This is the kit lens that I have on it. It is the 24 to 105, and that goes down to an aperture of 4. If you don't know about aperture, that's what controls your depth of field. And lenses that have lower aperture numbers are going to be more expensive because they also let more light into the lens, which means you can shoot better quality images in lower light situations like indoors or at night or candlelight, things like that, which a lot of photographers need, especially like if you're shooting weddings or something or portraits indoors. You need a lower aperture to let more light in. So again, that's the 6D, and if anybody's interested on more information about these, it's readily available over the internet. I don't think at this point that I want to do a channel about cameras, but just to give you an idea, here is the 7D, and the major difference for me between these 2 cameras is that this one has the, what is it called, a CPS size sensor? Is that right? It's the standard size sensor for DSLRs, whereas this one, the 6D, has a full frame sensor. And again, the sensors control image quality and the size that you can print, basically. So the 7D, and on this camera I have the Canon, and these are all Canon lenses that I've got. It's the 28 to 135 millimeter. And this one goes down to an aperture of 3.5. So this one is a little bit faster than that camera. Right now I'm shooting on the boyfriend's 70D, and I have the lens that he just had on it, which is a 10 to 22 millimeter, and that goes down to an aperture of 3.5. So I have one more comparison for you, and that is when I was uploading the videos that you just saw, I noticed that the video from the 70D with the 10-22 lens was kind of blue, and I think it is here too, and it's on auto white balance on the Live View remote. It's called Remote Live View software, and it's the Canon EOS utility. I never got that straight in the other videos. So I wanted to try one more thing, and that is putting the lens from my 6D onto this 70D. So I'm using the 70D. I have the 24-105 lens with, I think the aperture was 4 on that. That was the lowest aperture available. And I still have it on the Flexi Zone Multis, so this camera will focus like that automatically. I don't have to press the buttons. So I wanted to film this and see what that looked like, and since I'm doing it, I wanted to show it to you guys to see what you think. All right, on to the next segment. And now I just want to do a quick little tour for you of my filming setup. So I'm using my little Canon, you can see it on the screen here. I'm using that guy to film, and I just want to show you, I'm going to back up from my desk a little so you have an idea. So there's my laptop, I have that connected to a monitor. Right here I have the little LED light that I showed you, and I turned my lights off so they won't blind you. And then right next to my computer monitor is where I have the 6D connected to the microphone, and there's the microphone. I'll give you a better shot of that in a minute. I also have that on a tripod, and then next to that I have this LED floor lamp, and I also have this LED desk lamp right here that's adjustable. So that lamp helps to light this section of my background, and I get a little bit of side lighting on my face from that too. This lamp here lights me, and then this LED lights this part of my background here. So I'm going to back up to the other side so you can see the camera and the tripod from the back and my whole setup. So there is my desk with the equipment, the camera on the tripod, and let's see, I'm going to get this side so you can see the microphone a little bit better. I'm going to try to focus on that, but it doesn't seem to be focusing. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, it's kind of backlit, but it's a small little microphone, and it's made by Rode, and it just plugs into the hot shoe there. I don't know why this camera won't focus. I haven't used this camera all that much, so I'm not super familiar with how to do little things. And then it plugs into the side there, and then this cable here plugs into the camera and then runs down and plugs into the computer, and that's how it connects to the EOS utility software, which is right here. And this is what I've been talking about for, man, I wish it wasn't so blurry for you guys. Anyway, this little section here is the focus section that gives the different options for focusing. So that's what you heard, that is what you have heard me complaining about. All right, so I'm back on the 6D now, and I have the Rode microphone and that lens that I showed you that was on the 6D. That wraps it up for this video. I hope that the video or the camera comparisons were helpful. Let me know below in the comments if you have a preference about which camera has the best quality of video and of sound. I'm curious about that. Vincent's sound, you can comment on too if you want. I hope that's not annoying to anybody. So I know some people like her. This video got a little bit more technical than I intended it to, but I think that's okay because it's hopefully informative and helpful, and that's what I want my videos to be. That is it. Please like it if you liked it, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. And again, typically my videos are about luxury on a budget, not so much about comparing camera equipment, but I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a great day. Bye.